seeking your wisdom and guidance as we begin this legislative session. Grant our council members clear minds, discerning hearts, and spirit of unity as they address the challenges before them. May their decisions be guided by fairness, justice, and a desire to serve the common good. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Please call the roll.
Mr. Reeser?
Here.
Mr. Springs?
Here.
Mr. Ayler?
Here.
Mrs. Baker? Here. Mr. Davis?
Here.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick? Here. Mrs. James?
Mr. Springs.
Make a motion that we approve the absence of Councilwoman James.
Seconded by Mr. Ayler.
Mr. Reeser?
Yes.
Mr. Springs?
Yes.
Mr. Ayler?
Yes.
Mrs. Baker?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mr. Springs.
Make a motion that we suspend the reading of the minutes.
Seconded by Mr. Ayler.
Mr. Reeser?
Yes.
Mr. Springs?
Yes.
Mr. Ayler?
Yes.
Mrs. Baker?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Seeing none, we'll move to admin reports, Mayor's office. Mayor Chrisman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, council. Good evening, guests. I hope everybody had a great weekend with the 4th of July, and I think everybody made it through safely. Just want to let you know today I got to do one of the things I love to do the most here. I got to swear in four police officers, 2 for promotion, 1 auxiliary, and 1 new police officer for our force. Still the chief's thunder a little bit there, but he can elaborate more on it. But it's one of my things, police and fire, to swear them in as members of the city is one of the best things I get to do. That ends my report.
Thank you, Mayor. Any comments or questions for the mayor? Seeing none, we'll move to Service Safety Director, Mr. Dodds.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, council. Good evening, guests. Just a real brief report for you. So our water crews were busy today, had 2 different water main breaks, had one on East Columbus, and then they started to, in conjunction with the fire department, start our hydrant flushing for the season, and unfortunately resulted in a water main break that took most of the day to repair up at Brown and Allison. So I'm told that it has been fixed at this point. So they were busy doing that today, and our street department has started and I think just about finished the 2nd round of their mowing for the season, which is our ditches and our retention ponds that we maintain. So I know those have been kind of a talking point this year. I know they weren't able to get in the bottom of all the ponds yet because they were still a little bit too wet, but they were able to get more done than they got done in the 1st round. So then we'll have a 3rd round of mowing before the end of the season again too. So other than that, it's been business as usual. So happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Mr. Dodds. Any questions or comments from Mr. Dodds? Seeing none, we'll move to Law Director, Mr. Stolly.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, council and guests. Tonight on the agenda, we have once again another annexation. And with that, I want to ask council to set a public hearing 30 days out for another pending annexation, and that would be for the property, the Dietrich property on Township Road 216 and County Road 11. And if there's not any questions there, besides that request, that would end my report.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Stolly? Seeing none, we will set that annexation request for a special hearing. The clerk has that information. I provided that to her. That hearing will be Tuesday, August 12th, 7:00 p.m. in council chambers.
6 or 7:15?
7:00.
7 o'clock. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Without any question or comments, we'll move to auditor's report. Mr. Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Brennan. Any questions or comments for Mr. Brennan? Seeing none, we'll move to Police Chief Marlowe.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, council. Good evening, guests. Just updates as usual. The car that we just took possession of had a wiring issue, so it is back at Park Public Safety correcting that issue. Apparently, when you turn the turn signal on, the backlight strobed instead of just turn signal. So they're correcting that. The other car that we ordered, Reineck has taken delivery of that, and they should get us that to us by the end of the week. And then that will go to Park Public Safety. However, They're backlogged as usual, so they won't be able to start upfitting till late September or October. Our new radios. If you remember, our old radios were obsolete. We were entering a window of time where the only thing we were going to be able to do was replace batteries, and before they would go out of service. So if they broke, they'd just be a paperweight. So we purchased new radios. Thank you for that support. Those have been programmed, and with some hiccups, they are now functioning. So that's good. As the mayor stated, he swore in for us today at 1 p.m. Jade Shuey, she had resigned from the agency as a full-time officer. She had decided law enforcement wasn't for her anymore, and seeking other career opportunities, but she wanted to maintain involvement and continue to help out. So she took an auxiliary position, so she was sworn into that position. And if you recall, those are free positions. They volunteer their time to assist us. Then the second was Zach Shuey. I don't know if they're related or not, honestly. But Zach comes to us from the Logan County Sheriff's Office. He's been a deputy there for several years, and he is now an officer with us. He will begin his training period, which typically is shorter for laterals, but I mean, that remains to be seen. July 21st will be his first day with us. Then the two other individuals were sworn in were for promotion. Officers Andrew Perk and Aaron Long were both promoted from officer to police sergeant. That fills both vacancies that we had at that position. And then lastly, I don't know if I told you yet, but we're selling chicken dinner tickets again. They're very good. So get a chance to buy some of those, get them down to dispatch. Those will end, that sale will end sometime in early August, and that dinner is slated for August 16th. And with that, that ends my report, but I'd be happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Chief. Any comments or questions for the Chief? Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Mr. President.
Fire Chief, Chief Wilson.
Good evening, everybody. Just a few updates. I'll start off with our new ladder truck. Actually, it's about 1.5 years old, but still fairly new. It will be going in for its annual service here within the next few weeks once we get that all squared away. And I did fail to mention this morning in the department head meeting that we did run into a pretty significant issue with it a few weeks back. During truck checks, the guys found out that the coolant level was not showing up in the sight window. However, the oil level was rising, so we knew that coolant was going somewhere. Come to find out the EGR was bad, needed to be replaced. That was a $7,000 bill. However, it was covered by warranty, so we dodged the bullet on that one. And also our two newest firefighters are getting closer to getting out of the academy. They will be graduating July the 18th, so we'll be happy to get those guys back and get them reacclimated to the 24-48 schedule, and hopefully get them on shift here pretty quick, get them through their initial 90 days once they get back. And then we also had back on the 9th of June, we went through our interview process, and that eligibility list with 7 potential candidates on that has been certified by Civil Service Commission. So we are excited to have those guys on deck, so to speak. So we have some folks to choose from when vacancies become available. And then as Safety Director Dodds mentioned, we have started hydrant testing, or we attempted to today, but that was halted by the water main break. So, yeah, well, it's been busy. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chief. Any comments or questions for the Chief? Mr. Baker?
Yes, ma'am.
Chief, how long does it take to do all the hydrant testing, if things go smooth?
All summer long, so we're going to be probably into the fall. However, we did find out with the new ISO, so going to try to make a long story short here. We've been in the past, we would send one guy out to do every single hydrant in the city, and that took forever. Now, and this is our first time doing the new way with ISO, we found out that we have a different way that we are supposed to be doing it. So we now have to do a 2 hydrant method instead of just a 1 method. So now we got 2 guys going out, and we're flowing 1 hydrant while taking readings off of another hydrant. So with that new system, we only have to do like the hydrants that, for areas that have structures with a 4,000 gallon per minute fire flow, which means that this particular building is on fire, 100% fully involved, it's going to take 4,000 gallons per minute to extinguish that fire. I think we have about 6 or 7 of those areas, commercial, schools, stuff like that. So we have to do 100% of those hydrants and then just a percentage of our residential hydrants. So we don't know yet how long that's going to take. We'll find out this summer. So, but we're hopefully going to try to get that done before the snow starts flying. With our manpower being the way it is, we've got, we had 8 guys on the DL and injury leave and all that. So we're slowly getting those folks back. We only have 5 left that we're waiting to come back yet and getting out of school. So, we like to start hydrants in May. We just now got started today because of manpower and nobody able to go out and do them. But with guys coming back, we should be able to start hitting it a little bit more harder, so we'll see how it goes.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Engineer, Mr. Bischoff?
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no reports.
Thank you, Mr. Bischoff. Any questions from Mr. Bischoff? Economic Development, Mr. Volrath?
Thank you, Mr. President, good evening, council, administration. One quick item for you, get to go meet with our area businesses, industry especially, just to check in, see how things are going. I was able to meet with AGC this past week, and I wanted to pass along one message for them. They said, greatly appreciate the new housing. They said that continues to be one of their biggest challenges. They have about 600 employees, and it's not easy to keep and retain, attract new people in. So bringing more people into the community is exactly what they need. So just an anecdote, I appreciate the housing. They said if we could have some more apartments, that would really move the needle for them even more. So just wanted to share that as their appreciation for the work that you all are doing and continuing to grow the community through developments that are going and ones that are proposed. So that's all I wanted to share this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Volrath. Any comments or questions from Mr. Volrath? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Downtown Director, Ms. Stotler?
Good evening, council. Hope you all are doing well. I wasn't here last month, so I want to just give my heartfelt thank you to everyone in the community that came out to Pineapple Palooza, participated, volunteered. Lots of things I know that goes into that, so I really appreciate everyone, and I think it went very successfully. So we are in July just having this weekend our sidewalk sale, so we encourage everyone to go out and buy and shop local. And then I did just want to say the July 26th will be the Holland Marquise lighting now, so that's a Saturday evening, so we're kind of just helping support that, but I definitely encourage everyone to come out and see that. That's going to be awesome. I know they're still working out timing and everything like that, but we'll probably be closing just East Columbus to have some food trucks and have some stuff outside activity-wise. And then I'm going to go in August because summer is almost done. We moved Taste the Bellefontaine to August 7th. That is a Thursday evening. This was just due to some feedback from restaurants. So with that, East Columbus will be the only street closed. So I'm working on getting that updated. And then I encourage everyone to come out on August 9th. That is the top of Ohio Cruisers. So we also support and volunteering and helping with that. So obviously that's a big one that brings a lot of people down to the community. So I encourage everyone to come out. That's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Stotler. Any comments or questions for Ms. Stotler? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
That concludes the administrative reports. We'll now move to reports from standing committees. Finance Committee, Mr. Springs.
Good evening, Mr. President. We have 3 ordinances for first reading tonight, 1 resolution for adoption, and 1 ordinance for second reading. Ordinance number 2543 is transferring the deed agreement, and a one-time grant of $30,000 to Sky High Developments for the building over here on North Detroit Street. That money is going to come from the Construction Miscellaneous Fund. Ordinance number 2544 is.
Sorry, is that first reading only?
Oh, first reading only. They're all first reading only.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry. 2544 is supplemental appropriations. It's amending ordinance 2508. And it is creating a new expense account for contract services for the tax department. And we are going to, that currently was a $0 line item. We're going to change it to 10,000. And then capital equipment, which is going to be to purchase new tax software. And that's going to, it currently reads 0, and it's going to now read 20,000 for a total of $30,000. And then Resolution 2545 is creating the expense account that will go into the tax department for the RETA conversion, and that was the $10,000 line item. And then ordinance number 2546 is amending ordinance 2432, which was the promissory note from Fund 410 for capital improvements to wastewater, and that was a 10-year no interest, and we're going to be changing that to a 5-year repayment penalty with an interest rate of 3.43. And then the second reading is for the natural gas aggregation. And that concludes my report for finance.
Mr. Springs, I know that you were going to amend one of these. Which
Oh.
one was that?
Yes, we're going to amend ordinance number 2545, which is it's the resolution, and it currently states establishing a new revenue account, but that's going to be corrected to a new expense account.
Okay, thank you. Rules Committee, in Mrs. James's absence, back to you, Mr. Springs.
We have one ordinance for first reading only tonight, and that is going to be accepting the application for annexation of 46 acres in Lake Township as R1.
Thank you, Mr. Springs. Safety Committee, Mr. Reeser.
Thank you, Mr. President. Safety Committee met on the 26th, and we discussed a couple different things. Starting off, e-bikes, defining those in our ordinances is not just e-bikes, but really any vehicle that is powered without pedals, any vehicle that's powered that is not a mobility device per ADA's compliances, and then restricting the use of those to not sidewalks or park paths or during street events. And then we also discussed the police and fire authorized number of people working in each of those departments and moving those to increase the authorization just in case we get the opportunity to hire some people who are available but might be outside of our current authorized numbers. And so we don't miss out on some people who are already in the community or available to join our police or fire departments. I'm going to pass that legislation on to Mr. Stolley, and he'll write it up in the legal style, and then we'll get it to us.
All official.
All official, not just what I say and what I've got written on my notes here.
You're 2-4.
Yeah, that's right. That ends my report, though.
Thank you, Mr. Reeser. Utilities Committee, Mr. Davis.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Utilities Committee met this morning to discuss the Logan County Co-op franchise agreement, and we agreed to move forward to make that an open franchise agreement. So Mr. Dodds will be sending information to Mr. Solly to come up with legislation. So we will hopefully have that at our next meeting in 2 weeks. And then we also agreed to plan to meet monthly for the rest of the year. So that will be the third Wednesdays of each month starting in August at 8:30 a.m. here in council chambers to just discuss trending issues that have to do with utilities, including trash program, recycling, looking at water rates, stuff like that.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Streets Committee, Mr. Ayler.
Yes, we have one ordinance on the agenda this evening, 2548. We'll be doing first reading on that.
Thank you, Mr. Ayler. Sidewalks, Curbs, and Parks Committee, Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Thank you, Mr. President. No report this evening.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzpatrick. And Audit Committee, Mrs. Baker.
Thank you, Mr. President. No report this evening.
Thank you, Mrs. Baker. That concludes our report from standing committees. We'll now move to the portion of our meeting where we welcome communications from citizens. If there's anybody in the audience who seeks to address council, please approach the lectern, state your name and address, after which the chair will recognize you for up to 5 minutes to speak. Okay. Yep.
Full council, Mr. President, my name is Brian Norwood with Sky Investments. Seeking for the first reading of ordinance 2543.
What's your address, Mr. Cameron?
Address,
Business address is fine.
110 North Detroit Street.
Thank you.
Looking for the grant for the building as well as take ownership of the building 114 North Detroit Street. The plans would be to renovate that to be an office space. Open to any questions you guys may have.
Is that the property that we previously approved for demolition?
Yes.
Okay, about their defects?
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Anybody else seek to address council? Seeing no one else approach the lectern, that will conclude the communications from citizens portion of our meeting. We'll now move to our legislative agenda with ordinances and resolutions for first reading.
An ordinance authorizing the service safety director on behalf of the city of Bellefontaine to enter into a repair and grant agreement with Sky High Investments LLC and Braden Norwood regarding 114 North Detroit Street, further authorizing the transfer of said property by deed to Sky High Investments LLC and declaring an emergency in the city of Bellefontaine, Ohio.
Mr. Springs,
Motion to pass on first reading only.
seconded by Mr. Reeser.
Mr. Reeser,
Yes.
Mr. Springs,
Yes.
Mr. Ayler,
Yes.
Mrs. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
An ordinance making supplemental appropriations and amending the permanent appropriations ordinance for purposes of tax department and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Springs,
Motion to pass on first reading only.
seconded by Mr. Reeser.
Mr. Reeser,
Yes.
Mr. Springs,
Yes.
Mr. Ayler,
Yes.
Mrs. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Point of order on that resolution, Mr. Stolley. Mr. Springs is going to make that motion to amend that. Typically, that's been okay because we read those things on 3 different occasions, but not these resolutions. It's just one occasion. Do we need to waive, do you think we need to waive the 48-hour notice requirement?
No, I think this is just a typographical correction, so I would have no problem amending it and adopting.
Very good. Go ahead.
A resolution establishing a new revenue account within the tax department fund.
Mr. Springs,
I'd like to make a motion to amend the title to read a resolution establishing a new expense account within the tax department fund.
seconded by Mr. Reeser.
Mr. Reeser,
Yes.
Mr. Springs,
Yes.
Mr. Ayler,
Yes.
Mrs. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
So now read the new title and then.
Oh, okay. A resolution establishing a new expense account within the tax department fund.
Mr. Springs,
Motion to adopt.
seconded by Mr. Reeser.
Mr. Reeser,
Yes.
Mr. Springs,
Yes.
Mr. Ayler,
Yes.
Mrs. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 2432 and authorizing the service safety director and fire chief to issue a promissory note from Fund 410 Capital Improvement Number 2 to Fund 610 Wastewater Department and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Springs,
Motion to pass on first reading only.
seconded by Mrs. Baker.
Mr. Reeser,
Yes.
Mr. Springs,
Yes.
Mr. Ayler,
Yes.
Mrs. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
An ordinance accepting application for annexation of certain territory real estate to the city of Bellefontaine, Ohio, containing 46.376 acres owned by Levan Investments LLC, located in Lake Township, adjacent to the city of Bellefontaine, Ohio, establishing zoning classification therefore, amending the zoning map and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Springs,
Motion to pass on first reading only.
seconded by Mrs. Baker.
Mr. Reeser,
Yes.
Mr. Springs,
Yes.
Mr. Ayler,
Yes.
Mrs. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
An ordinance vacating that certain east-west public alley between lot 2207 on the north and lot 2208 on the south in the city of Bellefontaine, Lake Township, Logan County, Ohio.
Mr. Ayler,
Motion to pass on first reading only.
seconded by Mr. Reeser.
Mr. Reeser,
Yes.
Mr. Springs,
Yes.
Mr. Ayler,
Yes.
Mrs. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
That concludes our ordinances and resolutions for first reading. We'll now move to ordinances for second reading.
An ordinance authorizing the service safety director to grant power of attorney to Priority Power Management LLC for natural gas aggregation services and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Springs,
Motion to pass on second reading only.
seconded by Mrs. Baker.
Mr. Reeser,
Yes.
Mr. Springs,
Yes.
Mr. Ayler,
Yes.
Mrs. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
That concludes our ordinances for second reading. There are no ordinances for third reading, so that will conclude our legislative agenda this evening. Are there any communications from the clerk?
None for me, thank you.
Any communications from members of council? Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to say on behalf of the Logan County Farmers Market, that this coming Saturday is actually 11 weeks, which means we're halfway through the season. So if you haven't made it to the farmers market yet, I highly encourage it. The produce options will significantly increase over the next month or two. And there's been an increase in activities. And I just want to offer gratitude to the city team and police officials for helping make sure that traffic flow, pedestrian traffic, overall interactions with market customers and vendors have been really positive this year. So going into 30 years of operation, that feels like a really good relationship. So thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzpatrick. Any other, Mr. Ayler?
Yes, on, next week on the 16th at 4 o'clock, we're gonna meet here as a street committee to talk about the parking downtown.
Okay. And any other business that comes before you?
And any other business.
All right, very good. Any other comments, members of council? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion and a second to adjourn. Motion by Mrs. Fitzpatrick, second by Mr. Ayler.